Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Straight Fire Picks, episode number 28, July 2nd, 2021. I got 5 new picks for you here this evening that I really think are going to be solid. You're going to like them. I'm going to have good reasons for them. I'm going to be in on them. The first thing I want to do, we're going to go over the results from the last 2 episodes. So, in case you guys didn't know my format, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be staggering my results because I record my episodes the night before. So I can't get all the results in on that night that I'm calling the bets. I can catch up though now because I haven't done an episode in a couple days, so I can catch up on the last 2 episodes, which I will do with you here, and go over my last 2 episodes of bets. Okay, so starting with number 1 from episode 26, 2 episodes ago, I had under 214.5 points in the Suns-Clippers game. That did not come in. We had 218 points in that game. Clippers won 116-102. That was kind of unexpected for me, but that's what happened. Just missed that under, like I said, by a few points. Number 2, I had the Canadiens Moneyline versus the Lightning plus 162 in Game 1. Yeah, the Canadiens didn't ride into Game 1 and have that emotion like I thought they would. They actually had that emotion in Game 2, and again, they lost that game as well. I didn't have any results on that game, any picks on Game 2. Canadiens lost the first 2 games of the series, and they're down 0-2. But I would say they severely outplayed the Lightning in Game 2. Outshot the Lightning 43-23 in that game, in Game 2. And also had several penalty kills, which, they committed penalties. They still got away with it. Some of them they still ended up losing 3-1. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, so number 3 from June 28th, I had over 9.5 runs in the Indians-Tigers game. We had 18, guys. Very easy bet. Eli Morgan came in with an ERA north of 10. Manning for the Tigers 3.38 in 2 career starts. I thought he was kind of young. Thought maybe he'd give up some runs. He sure did. Tigers as a whole gave up 13. Indians won that game 13-5. Yikes. Number 4, I had DeAndre Ayton over 17.5 points versus the Clippers minus 104. He had 11. Really wasn't all that close. Number 5 in that game, Devin Booker over 4.5 assists. He had 3. So again, those didn't hit. What are you going to do? We had a little bit of an off night there, 1-4 there on that episode. Moving on to episode 27, I had 4 picks because one of the picks was void due to rain. I'll start with that. So I was running it back over 9.5 runs in the Tigers-Indians game, minus 105 odds, Bahia versus Urania. Urania had an ERA of like 6 with a 2-8 record. This game got rained out. The next day it was played. Urania took the hill versus someone else, versus Quantrill. I actually bet on the over in that game, and the over hit again pretty easily. 9-4 the final on that one the next day. But that was not an official pick. I can't take credit for it, unfortunately. Like I said, this game took place the night before. I think the over still hits. Seemed like a pretty easy bet to me. But again, that pick was void. So I'll go through 4 picks with you. Number 1, I had under 219 points in the Hawks-Bucks game, minus 110. We had 198, so that one came in pretty easily. My train of thought there is he didn't have any Trae Young coming into the game. Felt like the Hawks offense was going to struggle. Felt like it'd be more of a defensive game. It really was. The first half was definitely a defensive game. The second half, the Hawks actually kind of broke out, scored a bunch of points. Giannis got hurt in the third quarter. That really slowed the Bucks down. 110-88 the final. The Hawks definitely scored enough points. But as you can see, the Bucks were definitely hurt by Giannis' exit there. Number 2, I had over 14.5 points for John Collins. And again, this was right in that wave of, okay, Trae Young's out. We need another guy to step up. John Collins is the most logical figure on that team to really step up and play a big game. He had like 7 points. Or might have 4 points. He didn't get really anywhere close to his 14.5 number. Bogdan Bogdanovic really had the best night for the Hawks. A lot of Hawks actually played well. Lou Williams had like 20. Danilo Gallinari was great. Kevin Herter played great as well. Everybody played great except for John Collins. Really didn't have a great line. Number 3, I had Drew Holiday over 19.5 versus Hawks minus 102. He had 19, guys. This one was kind of sad. The game kind of got away from the Bucks there in the fourth quarter. What are you going to do? You know, Drew really didn't play that bad. I thought he played pretty well. He did have a bounce-back game like I thought he would. Just missed it by a half point. So, again, that was kind of unlucky. But that's okay. We move on. And then I had the Braves minus 1.5 run line versus the Mets plus 122. This game was playing out exactly like I thought it would. Exactly like the last time these two teams played. It was 3-0 Braves, just like it was the game before. 3-0 Braves, the final in the game I was previously mentioning with Charlie Morton on the mound. Morton on the mound again at home this time. Was up 3-0. And he gave up a 3-run homer to James McCann in the 7th inning. Game was tied at 3. Mets went on to win 4-3. It's like, come on. It was ridiculous. McCann had been struggling really all year, so what are you going to do? You know, just kind of unlucky there. Morton had pitched so well again and then just gave up that 3-run homer. Really one bad pitch. So, yeah, total, guys, those 2 episodes, it went 2-7. It brings our total on the year to 84, 89, and 1. Kind of disappointing, but what are you going to do? Well, we're going to rebound here tonight. So I got 5 new ones here for you tonight. Number 1, we're going to start with over 9 runs in the Indians-Astros game, minus 110 odds. We got Henches for the Indians on the hill, 1-2 with a 7.32 ERA. Does that sound juicy to you? Does that sound like the Astros could hit this guy? I think so. I'm pretty confident. We got McCullers on the mound for the Astros, 5-1 with a 2.94. He's given up 2-2-1 his last 3 starts. He's been okay. He hasn't been great. He's definitely hittable. He's not dominant. And that's really all I need to hear in this type of game. Because we only got 9 runs here. Henches has been bad. And if you have a bad pitcher against the Astros, let me just name you some Astros hitters. You got Altuve. You got Alvarez. You got Gurriel. You got Correa. You got Brantley. You got so many hitters that got 10-plus home runs that are hitting all around 300. It's crazy. You look at the first 5 or 6 hitters in the Astros lineup, they're all hitting about 300. And all with about 10-plus home runs. It's incredible. I don't know how they lose games looking at their lines. It's incredible. So definitely going to see over 9 runs here, I think. The Indians will score a couple, I think. The Indians maybe score 2 to 3 runs. That's fine. That's all you need. Astros are going to score probably 6, 7, or 8 runs, at least. So this over is definitely coming in. I think over 9 runs, you're getting great value there. Not even 9.5. If it was 9.5, I'd still take it. But 9, I'm really taking it. Might go heavy on that bet tomorrow for me. But again, watch your bet size. One of the important things in sports betting is definitely watch your bet size. Don't get carried away. Anything can happen. You never know. Henches could come out and look like an ace. You just never know. I don't expect that, though. All right, number 2, I got the Canadians Moneyline versus the Tampa Bay Lightning plus 118. Again, game 2, guys, the Canadians really outplayed the Lightning, outshot them 43-23. Had several penalty kills where they committed dumb penalties, still got away with it, didn't give up a goal. And then they just gave up a couple fluke goals, like that one at the end of the second period. That's really the one that lost them the game. Because the goal at the end really doesn't happen without that. You get empty net and stuff like that. Yeah, I expect the Canadians in Canada to respond and win. The Canadians still are the team that's playing well, I think, and they could get it done. I still definitely believe the Canadians, in my opinion, win games 3 and 4. And then we'll see about game 5. It'll be hard. In Tampa, it'll always be hard. Number 3, guys, I got over 9 runs in the Orioles-Angels game, minus 115. Again, I love this. You got Aiken on the mound for the Orioles, 0-4, the 7.11 ERA. Man, some of these Orioles pitchers, man, they got ERAs north of 7. They're just ugly. Ugly numbers. And talk about an Angels lineup that features Shohei Ohtani. I mean, it's hard to bet against that. Coming off a big, their last game against the Yankees, 7 runs in the 9th inning. A lot of confidence there, winning 11-8. Game got rained out today. That was supposed to be played, but man, it's hard to bet against the Angels with Ohtani in that lineup. He's just on such a tear right now, and Aiken is really struggling. So. Canning on the mound for the Angels, 5-4 with a 4.95 ERA. Again, I like this too. Orioles lineup isn't that bad. You got Mountcastle in there, who's been really hot. You've seen him in some recent highlights, slapping around home runs and stuff. He's playing well. Orioles, I think, will also score some runs. So this over 9 runs, again, is a great bet, I think. Minus 115 odds. Feeling pretty good about that. Number 4, I got over 8.5 runs in the Athletics Red Sox game, minus 104 odds. Again, with the runs, I got Montes on the mound here for the Athletics. He's 7-7 with an ERA of 4.72, right around 5. Nothing that good. And Rodriguez on the mound for the Red Sox, 6-4 with a 5.83. Again, his ERA, his numbers haven't been good. Hasn't pitched well really recently. Gives up at least 2 to 3 runs every game. Athletics don't have the most powerful offense, but the Athletics will score a few runs. And the Red Sox are definitely going to score. I think definitely consider taking the Red Sox in this game, even though that's not an official pick of mine. Red Sox lineup is strong, guys. You got Rafael Devers, you got Xander Bogaerts, you got JD Martinez. You got great hitters in the middle of that lineup. It's going to be hard to deny them. They scored 15 today against the Royals. And that was another one I actually bet on, guys. I put it in a parlay. I had, was it over 9.5? Over 9.5 runs in the Royals-Red Sox game. I took that today in a parlay. I didn't take it on a straight. Wish I did. And there were 16 in that game. So, really like some of those over bets. They've been good to me. Number 5, I got the Texas Rangers money line versus the Mariners, minus 112 odds. You got Logan Gilbert on the mound, 2-2, 4.25 for the Mariners, and you got Gibson on the mound, 6-0 with an ERA of 2, exactly, for the Rangers. Yeah, love the Rangers here, guys. Don't bet against Gibson. Kyle Gibson has been sensational this year. The numbers speak for themselves, 6-0 with a 2.00 ERA. You're getting even odds here for him versus an average pitcher for the Mariners. I think I'll take that, even though it is on the road. I'll take those odds. Gibson, sensational his last start as well. He's rolling good momentum. 7 innings pitches, 0 earned runs against the Royals, even though that's not a tough matchup, but still. He has been sensational all year. He is right in the running with Jacob deGrom in the National League, and you got Gibson here in the American League. So, really pitching great. And he's on a bad team, but... And hey, the Rangers offense honestly has been kind of hot lately. They played at 8 today against the Athletics, so it's kind of hard to not think the Rangers are going to win this game. So I'll definitely take the Rangers here. Minus 112 odds with Gibson on the mound. Okay, guys, that wraps it up for me. Again, 2-7 the last 2 episodes. We struggled. We're 84, 89, and 1 on the year. We're going to get it here this episode. Really like these picks today. Look for these over bets to hit. Again, considerations for me are the Red Sox as well. Against the Athletics, but that's not an official pick, but if you're looking for an extra pick. So to recap, guys, we got over 9 runs in the Indians-Astros game, minus 110. Number 2, I got the Canadiens money line versus the Lightning, plus 118. Number 3, I got over 9 runs in the Orioles-Angels game, minus 115. Number 4, we got over 8.5 runs in the Athletics Red Sox game, minus 104. And number 5, rounding it out, we got the Rangers money line versus the Mariners, minus 112. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. You all have a great rest of your day. If you enjoyed the content here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And yeah, that's going to do it for me. You all have a great rest of your day, and peace.